So that's the first mission. We're good. Let's load it up on Linux and see how well it plays. Most Bethesda games actually have a pretty good track record of it. Like you had to ask. That's true. That's true. Who follows me? How many people have jumped into chat so far and asked, is it on Linux? Because I'm sure that's been if the one question that's been asked a lot, it's that. Let's give it let's reboot and see what we get. I just wanted to get the first hour in just to kind of feel it. I'm so far in most games these days when I buy and I shell out the 70 or $100 for them, I feel like I've gotten ripped off. The last couple purchases like Diablo 4 felt that way. This one, it's a little too soon to tell, but I'm kind of digging it. But we'll see. It always feels good for that first week or so. It's like Linux knew that we wanted to come back. Right? What do we have? Steam. Proton experimental, Proton hotfix, Steam. Huh. Did I not install Steam on this? Oh, I never installed Steam. All right, well, let's install Steam then. I did just do that. All right, so let's go Steam runtime. We're going to just load this guy up once that updates the runtime environment. Get it. The download for this is actually pretty fast too, so. I bought a 1K graphics card to save $100 on a game. Yeah, no, this is Windows. It's a highly themed Windows. Yeah, let's see how this goes. I kind of love that it threw up a Nord outer space theme on boot up on our Linux here. That's pretty awesome. Alrighty, toss us into workspace then. Let's see what we got. Yeah, super late night stream. Just for the Starfield launch, I was like, I gotta try it. Gotta try the Starfield. So let's start loading up old Starfield here. Oh, only available on Windows. Alright, fine. 1 second. Let's make Steam think this is Windows for a second. Where are you at? Alright. We're going and enabling this, and we're gonna force it through. We should probably look at, I think I have the latest Glorious Egg Roll. If not, we need to probably download that too. Let's go libraries. Let's install it. So that's gonna start downloading. Oh, I should have left my computer on in the other room. Let's see if we get 100 meg download. If we don't get that, I'll just fire up the other room computer. Yeah, that's too slow. I wanted to get my headphones, and I'm gonna go fire up that computer while this downloads, and that way it'll increase our download speed. Because I ain't waiting around 2 hours for that. Portal open, I shall return, and that's gonna increase. I'm gonna supercharge the internet real fast. All right, I'm back. Internet's been supercharged. There we go. Yeah, it's still not that fast, but it's faster. It's a lot better than 100 megabits per second. Then, I also got a headset too, so I wanted to get that. I used sacrificed a lamb on a rock. and that made the internet faster. Or I could just turn on my other computer where Starfield's already re-downloaded and it transfers to the LAN. But, you know, either way, sacrifice versus actually having a second computer with the game already loaded, you know, whichever works for you. Baldur's Gate 3 on Linux? I don't know if I actually got that working or not. I hadn't actually tried to load it back up after all this, which is kind of funny. I think we do need to grab like ProtonQT and a few other things too. Probably Flatpak for ProtonQT. Or actually, yeah, we're on Arch, so I think we can just go ProtonQT. Wow. I guess we just go GE custom bin would probably be the best way to go about that. You also have ProtonUp you could use. Probably the bin, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, let's try that. And just in case this fails, I want to just go ahead and start loading up some alternatives in case we run into some problems. Did Starfield get? Let's see. Let's load up Starfield on ProtonDB. DB. What is Starfield at? What are they saying? Actually, bronze. Okay, so people are already saying it's working. Switch to experimental, getting between 60 and 120. Consistently on medium quality. What's this guy using? 6800. Okay, so he's gonna run a little bit better. That's kind of neat. With FSR enabled, the shading was doubled. I don't know how else to describe it, like after images or something. Drugs are bad when writing reviews. Okay. Everyone's like just switched to experimental. Probably got some build here. I'm guessing we got some shader build issues. This guy's trying to use GE when he probably should just be using experimental. But he is also an NVIDIA user. You know, if you're really a hardcore Linux user, what are you doing with NVIDIA? Do you just hate life? A lot of the red I'm seeing. This one's a SteamOS Hollow Neptune, so that's the Steam Deck. Does not look like it works on Steam Deck. Interesting. Oh, actually, Proton 8. Use GE's Proton 8 is what this guy says. He's using a 7900 XT. Ooh, man, money bags. Yeah, I don't know how my 5700 is going to play on this. It's going to be interesting. Go ahead and install that. That's kind of cool. It's actually just sitting there in the AUR too. Yeah, ProtonUp I really dig. I kind of like ProtonQT a lot too. So if you're not familiar with it, let's grab it while we're over here. Let's just go Flat Hub. Let's go Proton. ProtonQT. ProtonupQT. This is a really neat tool. If you're not familiar. Let's just grab that. We don't even have Flatpak installed. I did just install this. Oh, geez. I don't know how long ago this was. I did buy that nvme drive, but I hadn't put it in. Tomorrow morning, I'll probably swap out my current drive and throw this on. And how's our Starfield running? Right now, we are 10 minutes, still transferring. Not too bad. Should be playing here shortly. Looks like it tops out about 800 megabits per second. So about 100 megs, which is about right. So we have that. Let's try that. Let's install it. And also, I think we got to check our mixer too. So I think we need to check to see how that's playing. Let's just go YouTube music. And let's go Harris Heller, shall we? Harris Heller. All right, we'll just do a shuffle here. All right, we'll go ahead and fix our sound too while we're here. Also mixer. Let's see. Select our sound card. Audio DAC. All right. Bring that down a hair. Ducking looks like it's still working. Perfect. All right, well, we'll leave that for some background music so it's just not me. And then when we start up Starfield, we'll take that off. Let's try that again. Looks like it failed that first time around. I bet you it just needed an update. And we might need to bring Flathub in. No, okay. Flatpak list. Flatpak update. Runtime branch 6.4 end of life. We strongly recommend the latest version by using this runtime. Okay. Flatpak install. Can we just grab that runtime? Oh, no. All right. And this is not in the XDG data bio environmental variable. So we'll probably have to fix that one too. But we should have it. And if you have never used ProtonUp, yeah, it's not going to show because of that variable issue. That's okay. Flatpak list, Flatpak run. I'll just show it to you by running it direct. So, I'm blind. Oh, it's too late for that business. Oh my. But yeah, so like, let's say you go show game list. You can go compatibility tool, or let's just add some, add a version. Gosh. Proton GE. Use this when you don't know what. Why isn't that working? Oh, I think this is probably because it lacks the permissions. So what we can do here, there's another one called Flat Seal we can get. So this isn't going to be limited. So we'll go Flat Seal. Grab it. How we doing on our download? Where'd it go? Steam, come back. All right, let's just exit. What did I do? There it goes. All right, we got flat sealing. Go Flatpak list, Flatpak run, and we're gonna just launch Flat Seal real quick, and we're just gonna give it access to our home directory. It does show other files, so that should actually work. So then what was wrong with this? Home.local share Steam compat tools. Let's make sure. .local share Steam. Okay, yeah. So it has all of the access it needs. Weird. So I don't get why we can't just add the version. Oh, well, there we go. We can. I was just being impatient, apparently. This will install this under compat tools, unused, but we should be able to go show game list and then just switch it here, apply it, and then close. Then when we go to relaunch Steam, let's come back to here, Steam. We'll be on the latest Proton GE, and that should be good. I would imagine Starfield just playing right out of the box. Maybe. Or not. I bet there's a like rogue Steam process just like hanging out. Let's see. No. Okay, there he goes. Maybe. Oh, come on. So... yeah, you could run it through there, but... I don't know. Let's see what H-Top's doing. What is using... it's nothing really using any of CPU resources. There's really not that much running. Okay. Let's just relaunch Steam here. Let's see what we get. Why are you crashing Steam? Display was not open yet. Good. Runtime, Steam Web Helper. Huh. That is interesting. It's always something that pops up, isn't there? I would say I'm curious to see. There's a couple new gaming distros I wanted to try, but why wouldn't this work? That's weird. It's just crashing on me. I already have all the Lutris drivers and everything. Could be like a new glibc that's causing an issue, but it did launch earlier. Maybe just a reboot. Yeah. Let's see. It's probably going to crash again, but why is it crashing? Huh. Let's reboot just to make sure. Isn't that odd, though? Maybe after installing that stuff and also messing around with Proton GE. Could be something with that as well. Yeah, it's always good, like, anytime you have a crash or something that just pops up and then goes away. Typically, you just want to open it in terminal and run it. Usually, it gives you a little bit more hints than what we saw with Steam crashing there. But let's see. We just... I'm just going to run Steam. I bet you it works just fine. Oh. All right. What do we change? We installed that Proton GE custom bin from the AUR. AUR always screws stuff up, I swear. Let's just remove that. Let's try Steam again. All right. That was better, I guess. Steam runtime is enabled automatically. Clients requirements. It does not work. Let's try the native runtime, maybe. Maybe it's missing like an old library? I don't know. All right, we're gonna switch to native. Okay, that did look like it worked. Let's come back over to here. We're still downloading Starfield. And if we look at properties, what's that look like? We could change the launch options, compatibility, already set to GE 8-13. One thing I did want to check, we go local share, Steam, and compatibility. Let's just make sure this directory has stuff in it. Yeah. So it did install correctly. All right. Let's bring back some music so it's not just me talking to myself in an empty air. Yeah, somebody actually on stream gave me all these Nordic backgrounds. So like all of this just kind of populated. And if we look at pictures, backgrounds, they have so many cool backgrounds they gave me. Because I was using like this old Debian black background, which let me delete that so that doesn't come back. And there's just... This guy had a huge collection of really cool Nordic stuff. Like there's a Mandalorian one. Like just mountains. Just very my style. Which is, you know, that more grayish Nord theme. And I've yet to run into a background I didn't like out of here. Super cool. Kyle, thanks for the prime. A bit too blue, yeah. Now that I'm a Capuchin user, I need to do it. I think when I was talking to Dark Zero, we were talking about that. He was making me a Capuchin theme using KDE, I think. So that'll be pretty cool. Reboot didn't fix it. We ended up installing a Steam native client to launch. For some odd reason, the runtime was having issues, so switching to 32-bit native seemed to fix it. We'll see, though, on launch. Yeah, I think also on Saturday night, I talked to Lunduk, and I'm probably going to have him on if you guys are familiar with Brian Lunduk. He's an old school Linux vet. He made like a Linux Suck series, kind of disappeared from the limelight after COVID, and I'm gonna probably have him on, ask him some questions, what he's been up to, and some thoughts about recent Linux evolution and get his idea of mutable distros and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm going to set up a whole bunch of stuff on the interview for Saturday night. So we got a lot of cool little live streams lined up, even though they're kind of obscure and kind of out of the way this week. But should be fun. Yeah, the actual download speeds of Starfield right now, because the servers are a bit overloaded, I preloaded most of it, and I like to preload it on multiple computers. So this is actually a local transfer. And the thing that's actually limiting it is not the download speed. If you look up there, look at the disk usage. It's using this really crappy SSD drive that's throttling the hell out of this, has like 0 cache. So the disk usage is actually where the bottleneck exists, not the internet. I'm about to fix that. I actually have an NVMe drive sitting in there. So tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to throw that new NVMe drive in, clone whatever's in there, and dump all that PNY SSD crap I have in. I don't know why I bought those PNY drives. I think they were like on sale, and I knew they weren't very good, and I knew the cache was just awful. Oh, shoot. What happened there? Rutro. Well, that was interesting. Does that give me anything? Okay, that was weird. Just kind of shut down out of nowhere. Let's change. Bits are so pointless. It's just like, ugh, I hate doing that. And bits. Also, let's go friends in chat. No. No. Can we just like turn it off completely? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we switched it from bits to megabyte. We should probably, I'm guessing we're going to top out about 100 megabytes. Oh, Counter-Strike 2 also releasing a huge invite wave. I mean, it's kind of impressive that Steam servers are going as fast as they are right now, with as much load as they're experiencing. Yeah, but most of this bottleneck up top is just me being cheap and not buying the proper parts for this system. One of these days I'm gonna learn. Yeah, I love that Steam added the local transfer, because anytime I have like a big game like Starfield, I like loading it up in multiple spots, so then it's real easy if I get on like my Steam Deck, or if I get on my studio PC or my home PC. As long as one of them's turned on, it'll transfer that game in no time flat, usually. Yeah, that's true. I'll always buy the cheap stuff. So true. All right. Got 2 minutes left on the download transfer. Shouldn't take long now. Yeah, I actually thought, so this is where I go. I have super cheap where I won't buy an NVMe drive that costs $60, which I did finally cave and buy. I just hadn't put it in yet. And then I'll start getting like weird stuff in like an email and be like, hey, we want to do a collab, and I'll get like a $10,000 rack mount LAN cache device, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll do a video on that. I get to keep the device though. and, and then that's just because I wanted a giant LAN cache. So I go like between these where I won't splurge $60 for an NVMe drive, and then I'll do something silly like that. It's just, I don't know. It's just who I am. Yeah, I that's the one thing I won't ever buy is renewed drives. Never buy a used hard drive, NVMe, SSD, anything that's renewed or has the thousands of hours of runtime on it. Hard drives aren't one thing. I've been burned too many times, and it's just something that you never get a good or ROI on. So always just pay the extra, get it new. Don't ever buy renewed. You know, some people like renewed enterprise drives, like that's any better. Nah, those renewed enterprise drives have probably 5 years of 24/7 usage. They're towards the end of their life. You might get a couple more years out of them, but it's not a selling point, guys. It really isn't. Renewed hard drives is a waste of money. And just don't do it. Don't be that guy. Yeah, but I'll buy used graphics cards. I'll buy used CPUs. I'll buy a lot of used stuff used. It's just I will not buy a used hard drive. Spinning platters is like, in my opinion, it's like buying a used fan. You wouldn't do that. I mean, there's probably somebody out there. And Nocta fans are pretty good, but there's just those ball bearings will eventually wear out, and the more runtime you have, the more chances of that actually happening are. Yeah, don't buy a used NAS. Agreed to. Yeah, because why risk your data? 100%. 100%. PSU is another one. I wouldn't buy a used PSU. I mean, they're so cheap. I don't know why you would. A brand new PSU, like an EVGA, usually about $60, $70 starting point. I think what most people do is where I see people go wrong building a computer is they'll think that they need a 800 watt or 1,000 watt PSU, and they don't even have a really good graphics card that they're powering, where they'd be much better served spending that same amount of money, but going with like a 600 watt or 650 watt EVGA or a good name brand, and just getting a higher quality PSU with lower wattage, and it's just going to serve them so much better than, you know, some no name Amazon made in China PSU drive that's just going to die on them. All right, here we go. Verifying. Now we're just writing the disk. Look at that crappy PNY SSD drive. Ugh. I mean, it's just a bit above spinning rust, man. 450 megabytes a second. Ouch. Yeah, nvme would be 4 times that. Titus, would you use a handled as an everyday gaming PC? Would you use a handled as an everyday gaming PC? What's a handled? I don't even know what that is. Oh, you think 450 is quite good? Okay. I guess I'm spoiled with, like, I got a Western Digital Black NVMe with, like, I think they're rated up to 5 gigabits a second. And man, those transfer times are sweet. Oh. Look at that. Nice. Oh, handheld. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. My Steam Deck is what I usually primarily game on. Now, with Starfield, I don't know how well the Steam Deck plays on Starfield. If we look, Starfield Steam Deck, let's see. Does not run well on Steam Deck. Yeah, I didn't think it would. Now, with FSR 3, you might be able to get away with it. Remember, the game runs at 30 FPS on... Oh, geez, I didn't realize it did 30 FPS on Series X. Yikes, okay. I don't know. They might be able to optimize that a bit. But yeah, so far, does not... Yeah, Houston, we have a problem. It technically will with low presets, FSR2. With FSR3, we might get a little bit of a bump too. Yeah, I'm sure it would not be good. Like, honestly, Baldur's Gate 3 took a lot of tinkering to really get that to be pretty playable. Still look kind of garbage, but it's getting there. Oh, no, you didn't. No. Oh, disk read error. Oh, we ran into the same thing with Baldur's Gate. No. Bro, that sucks. Oh. Yeah, Rogue Ally would play it for sure. Because that's, I think, RDNA 3. So Rogue Ally should play it just fine. Yeah, you'd be shocked. I can actually do 40, 45 frames per second and live with that. It's not so bad. Oh, man. I swear these PNY drives I have are just garbage. Ah. I think this is going to go into a disk read error again. And I think it's something with those PNY drives. I want to say those PNY SSDs are just absolute garbage. Another, because Baldur's Gate 3 did this exact same thing. It was like corrupt data files. It was another 130 gig game. And this one, another 120-ish gig game, disk read error. I think it's something with the low cache on the PNY drives and the low quality of the manufacturing of them. Oh, damn. How do I want to do this? We can let it go one more time. But I might just walk in and just say, let's do a midnight drive replace clone. I mean, I got the nvme drive just sitting in there. Yep. I'm almost 100% crap. Just complete shit and yeah, I agree with that. Well, I could. Oh man, that just sucks. All right, we got 1 minute left on this. I almost guarantee you it's going to give us like some red error, like disk read error, corrupt game files, something like that. And if that's the case, it's going to be that PNY drive's fault. Oh, man. First time catching me live. Yeah, I usually don't stream at this time. I usually stream in the afternoons, not at midnight. But thanks for dropping in. Oh, yeah, disk read error. All right. Now, a quitter would just reboot into Windows here. But I ain't no quitter. We're gonna just do a little midnight dissection of the computer back here. I'm gonna pop that sucker out, and we're gonna go ahead and install an NVMe drive on it, and we're gonna fix this right now. All right. Here we go. Focus. We're gonna put that guy in. It's backwards, but it's a 2 terabyte. It's a little on the cheaper side. Still, silicon power. That sounds good to me. So let's do it. Here, let's direct cam. All right. We're gonna take this guy back here. We're gonna just shut it down. And sudo power off. That guy should just power off for me. Let's see what we got. I probably shouldn't be wearing socks. But, yeah. Alrighty. Let's put this guy in. Where is the power? Make sure to unplug the power. That should be good. Oh, yeah. There's the... Come on, focus. Focus, camera. People want to see. Aha! 5-year limited warranty. Silicon power. The cheapest 2 terabyte SSD money could buy. Alright. Yeah. $60 for this guy. So rather cheap. Unfortunate is it's actually below the graphics card here. So it being below the graphics card kind of sucks because I gotta kind of take more out, but you might be able to get it. Shouldn't be too bad. We're just taking this off. It shouldn't take me but 2 seconds to replace once I pull this guy out. Alrighty. There is our AMD. What is that? 5700 XT. Been pretty good. Not a bad card. No complaints. Up front. Let's see here. Need some smaller screwdriver. 1 second. This jeweler screwdriver should get us going here. Should have bought a good kit. Oh crap, I have the Linus screwdriver in there. I should use that. The old LTT screwdriver. My bad. Yeah, I should... You know what? I'm going to go use the LTT screwdriver. 1 second. Let me go grab it. That's a good idea. All right. Let's see how the old LTT screwdriver is. Doesn't even have bits that are small enough for that. Maybe. I don't know if that's a small enough bit. This bit looks small enough. Let's try it out. See how the old Linus's screwdriver. Yeah, that does look cool. Alright, so we're unscrewing. Hey! That worked. Good magnetism too, it kept the screw. Look at that. Ah, thanks, Linus. That came in handy. Alrighty. Yeah, I would say $70 for a screwdriver is a bit on the upper side. But when I went to LTX, they gave pretty much all the creators, you had to ask for it, but you know me, I'm asking for free stuff. And they hooked me up with a screwdriver. I will say, it's a good screwdriver. It's worth $70. Yeah, come on. I didn't even spend $70 on my 2 terabyte NVMe drive. I'm not spending that on a screwdriver. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Alrighty. Well, these M.2 screws are always kind of tricky to get on. I like the newer models with the rubberized, but that works. Alrighty. Good to go on that front. Now let's toss our graphics card back in, and then we're gonna start transferring the rest of this. Ah, dang. It's not my desk. Alright, here we go. Just toss this guy back in. I know, I forgot to grab the LTT screwdriver over there, but that's okay. Sometimes I just like the old-fashioned screwdriver. Just can't go wrong. Yeah. But I will say, it did come in handy for that NVMe. So the NVMe screws can just be a pain. There. And before I power it back on, I do need to transfer all my data from the NVMe drive. So this is kind of a cool little tool. If you guys have never done a transfer of NVMe drives, you can just buy an external enclosure for an NVMe. Like here's an old, this is not an NVMe. This is actually, here, I'll pull it off and show you. Ah. Focus. Yeah, this guy's an old, I forget what the hell you call these things. M.2, but not NVMe. So we're going to switch it out. This is what was in there that has like our arch on it. So we'll put that guy on here. And then we'll just plug it in to be a USB and clone it. And then we'll just expand that. We should have everything on there. Crud. Well, didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. I have a giant heat sink on this thing, but yeah, you get the idea. All right. Do I have an M2? I do not. Damn it. Well, I do need a USB to USB-C. Like a gajillion micro SDs, but not one. Isn't that how it always is? Got one. Alrighty. This guy, we're gonna just try and power this here. Oh, I don't even have any USB openings. I think I have one down here. Let's see. We'll see if this works. And just double checking. I did turn on, so just checking to make sure it did not go into my other computer here. Disk management. Nah, we're good. We're good. All right, let's power this guy on. Did everything right. Hey, it turned back on, so we got that going for us. Make sure not to kick my NVMe drive. Oh, hell. Beep, 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 beep. That is GPU error. Ah! Oh, dude, I'm such a rookie mistake. Guess what that was? Hey, if you disconnect your graphics card, make sure you plug the power cables back in. Pro tip. That's hilarious. Oh, man. That's why you don't work on computers past midnight, kids. It's like gremlins. You don't feed them past midnight. You don't work on them. But we're making an exception tonight. I really want Starfield to work properly here. Is this thing gonna power on? Oh, shit. VGA driver UEFI. What is going on here? All right. Okay. Well, I don't know what happened there. We're just gonna pick something else. We'll just go here and start cloning drives. Tech support. I'm the guy tech support calls when they have problems. If I have problems, we got some serious issues, man. All right, let's just go. Oh, actually, you know what? Not that. Let's go G-parted, actually. Or parted magic. Yeah, it feels like a lot of the newer boards do cheap out a little bit. All right, how do we want to clone? We could use Clonezilla. We could use G-parted. I feel like we just clone it using Clonezilla and then fix it with G-parted after. You know? So that's all unallocated. NVMe E0. This is the Windows. And this is everything I need. Now, that's kind of a jank setup. Why is that? Oh, it is GPT partition table. Let's just clone this with Clonezilla, I feel like. Let's just take a beginner. Let's go disk to local disk. And then we'll just resize it after, I feel like. Source disk, we're going to grab this 250. That was the old NVMe drive. And we're going to clone it to the SPCC NVMe 1. We're going to skip checking. We'll choose after. Let's see what that does. We're going to continue. Yes. Because I want to kind of clone most of this because I don't want to reset all this stuff up after. Yeah, mim test is a good tool to double check on, is for sure. Failed to clone. All right, well, let's see. It doesn't really need that BIOS partition. I think if it can just grab the FAT32 and the main data partition, we should be fine. We are getting some errors on our clone here. That's never a good. That's never a good thing. Big old red failed to install grub. Oh man. All right, that did not look like it went well. If I was a betting man, that didn't go well at all. Yeah. that went over like a turd. Oh, unfortunate. Let's just delete this, I guess. BIOS boot, it doesn't really matter. Let's come back over to our drive over here. Let's take this one. Let's copy it. Let's toss it over here. Oh, this is getting super jank, but you know. Let's paste it. And we're gonna have to expand those logical volumes too. Oh, that's gonna be... I don't feel good about this at all. Man. We'll see. You know, I still love Grub. I know a lot of people hate Grub. Totally get it. But I'm telling you, it's still one of my favorites when it comes to theming and just once you get it set up and dual booting. I don't know. It just feels the best to me. What do these details look like? Thanks so much for the subs there. Gain and Gear, appreciate you. Oh boy. Let's see what we get. Yeah. Well, this PC did boot back up. The way I have this NVMe drive just kind of laying on my floor, like, it's not my proudest moment. But, you know, it's fine. Maybe it was a bad NVMe. Look how slow this is transferring. Because normal NVMe drives would transfer at a rate at least, it looks like it's about 100 to 200 megs a second. I guess a bottleneck would probably be the USB, but still, that's pretty dog slow. Probably the external enclosure. Yeah, I would say so, Lux. I would hope so. I mean, it is a Samsung 960. So, those are pretty solid NVMe drives. I'm sure it's just the enclosure. It's going to be a little slow for us. Shoot, maybe reinstalling Arch and just doing it from scratch again might be faster. No. Well, maybe. No, this is not going to take that long. I do have 2 slots. The other slot is Windows. So this will probably take 30 minutes, give or take. Although it might speed up once it gets through the data section. Because right now it says like an hour 30. But I want to say it's going to transfer a lot faster once it gets through the data section of it. And I think there's only 10, maybe 20 gigs worth of actual data on this drive. So once it finishes the first section of this drive, I think it'll transfer pretty darn quick. Starfield didn't boot for us because I think I have a bad drive. So we ended up just tossing an NVMe drive in here, because the drives I was using on my Linux box weren't the best. And I feel like that's causing me to have problems. I'll eventually get to the Debian Titus one for sure. Man. I feel like we should just... I feel like I could rebuild Arch faster than this copies. But then I gotta reinstall stuff. But I don't know. Sometimes I like just blowing it out. I'd still have my home directory on the old PNY, and I'd copy all that over. I'm thinking we might just say screw it. There's really not much on there, and I think I committed everything I wanted. I know, reinstalling is fun though. I did want to test out that Arch Titus script again. It's already 12:30, 30 minutes past midnight. Ooh. Do we really go another hour? Probably 30 minutes. I bet I could do it in 30 minutes. Yeah, F it. Let's do it live. Yeah, I've got time. I mean, there's nothing. We just rebuilt Arch. Why not just, let's just rebuild it again. It's fun that way. It's better than watching a progress bar. Let's go. Let's do it. I feel like that would be even more fun. Yeah, I would imagine. A lot of Europe, maybe some Aussies too. Let's see. I think we can just boot. My Arch script's a little bit on the slow side right now, but that's okay. Let's go 120. Team Europe. All right, let's go Arch. Let's see how fast we can do this. All right, Asia. Sweet, sweet. I bet 5 minutes and we're going to be sitting on an Arch prompt. We can do it. All right, booting into Arch. Here we go. I think I'm just going to go ext4. Screw it. I don't feel like messing with it. Let's go Pacman SYY. Pacman S. Git and glibc. We'll install those. We'll git clone github.com Titus Tech Arch Titus and Arch Titus. We're just gonna go with running that. We're gonna pick our username, password. Host name's gonna be Studio PC. We're gonna go server. And we're installing this on the 2 terabyte NVMe E0N1. Oh, shoot. Which one is it? 1 second. Root. LSB. Okay. Ooh, which one is it? Shoot. Sudo BLK ID. Root. EFI boot. BIOS boot. What is the other ones? NFS is NVMe E1. So we want E0. Is this an SSD? Yes. We're just going to do ext4. Yes. US. All right. Arch installs commencing. Set your stopwatches. Record install time happening right now. We're going to be playing in Linux. We're going to be playing in Linux in the next 25 minutes. We're starting the Arch install to Starfield in 25 minutes. Most people on Windows can't even download Starfield in 2 hours. We're going to do it in 25 minutes, including the install of the whole operating system. Yeah, we can do it. I think I'm going to actually unplug this NVMe drive. I'm going to kick the thing if I do. All right. We should be about done with the Arch install. All right. Arch is finished installing. We installed Arch in exactly... Ooh, how long did that take to run? It usually says 23 seconds. Or was it 2 minutes and 1 second total for our Arch install? Let's reboot. Not bad. Alright, we're done. That. Let's boot to our new Arch install. Give me a pretty screen here. No, it did not like that, did it? Shoot, really? Did I forget to install Grub? I don't know. Dude, let's reboot. That would have been so easy. That would have been nice if that just worked. Come on. All right. Arch Linux, we're back. That did work. We are good. All right, cool. let's do this sign in. First thing we gotta do is Pacman S Terminus fonts. Let's get that. Let's set our font so you guys can see things, right? Let's go 28 normal. Much better, right? Do we have yay? We don't have yay. That's okay. Let's start installing things. Sudo pacman s. I guess let's grab xorg. And what are the build essentials on this? I can't remember exactly, but that's okay. Let's go xorg. Probably server common, I think, would probably be what we're going to go for. And I'm also just going to grab xorg server too. Just grab those two. Base devil is definitely needed. Thank you. I think we already got base devil actually though. That's already installed. Let's do probably better FS, right? Pacman S. What is the better FS progs? We need that. So sudo pacman, because I want to grab some of my files from the home directory onto here as well. So let's install that. Yeah, you can pacman yay. I don't think I have any AUR installed on here, so there is no yay or paru or any kind of helper at this point. I just did the base. Now, what else do we have? Remove RF. Oops. Let's go into Titus. CD Titus. Oh, this is annoying. All right, remove star. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now we still have Arch Titus. Let's remove RF Arch Titus. Great. So this should be pretty much done. Now I want to mount. Let's just do a LSBLK. I want to mount that old crappy PNY drive that was giving us all those problems. And I want to say that was probably SDA. Let's go mount. And we'll go into options. Should be like better FS, right? No, not options. I think we can just mount the drive direct, actually. SDA1 to MNT. And if we go, let's just switch to root. Switch over to MNT. Now, better FS. I want to say we can go subvol list. And do we have anything here? This is the data. Okay. So it does have one in the data directory, but it's not what I need. Yeah, I would say PNY drives suck. They definitely are just a big thumbs down for me. All right. Let's come back into here. Let's umount MNT. And if we look at our mount again, we're just going to go mount dev sdb1 in MT. I think at this point we know that we need option subvol equals at home. And if we go into MNT, we should have all of Titus. Perfect. So from here, what we do is just a copy. Actually, let's grab rsync. Rsync just does a better job. It's already installed. So we'll do rsync avp Titus. And we're going to put that into home Titus like that. And this is just going to copy all of our cache, gaming files, you know, the whole shebang. Bash RC customizations. And it going NVMe to SSD to NVMe, this should happen relatively quickly. It's moving pretty quick, so I think we'll be fine. And we also should have some stuff too. It'll also copy Starfield too, I think, but I don't know if Starfield ever really got properly installed because it kept airing out on us. So I think we should be able to just compile our DWM again. And I do need to grab some of those files. Yeah, I feel like we got to retransfer it from the other system. And we'll know for sure once that's done. This is going pretty quick. Like, I can't even make out pretty much anything here. We're pretty much through most of the cache. But I don't know. How are we doing on time? Yeah, we're about 10-15 minutes into this install. I feel like this section will probably take the longest. Why this is copying though? We can supplement that. Set font ter v28 in. All right, let's just work on some of the dependencies here. We're gonna have PyCom that we're gonna need. Pacman s PyCom. What else are we gonna need? Let's go Pacman s. I think there's like desktop portal we will need as well. What is that? XDG desktop portal. I think we used Hyperland last time. Let's not do that this time. Let's just grab XDG portal for Sandbox. So let's go Pacman s XDG desktop portal. And it's going to want that. We'll go portal GTK. Feel like that would be the way to go. Grab that. I'm gonna get LX appearance 2. That's gonna be needed. Pacman s LX appearance and X randar as well. Oh, no X randar. Oh, that's a tools. I think that's like Xorg, X randar. Yeah. Since this is like that, so we got GTK, LX appearance, X randar. I feel like that's gonna be pretty good. Starting to grab the rest of our files. How's that going? It's grabbing some of my Steam facts. It is grabbing some of Starfield there. I mean, that's going pretty darn quick-ish. Yeah, I think it'll still pick it up. Now, why we're over here, why that's still copying Starfield and stuff, let's go into probably Pac-Man. Like, we have Vim. We probably need NeoVim. Yeah, let's grab some NeoVim, shall we? Let's go Vim, etc. Actually, nvim, etc. pacman.conf probably. Let's go down. How's multilib? Yeah, multilib was enabled, so we're good there. Is Steam in Pacman? That'd be cool. GameScope is there, so Steam. Pacman s Steam. Now, if you put GameScope, I don't know if anybody in chat knows the answer to this question. Is that going to be Wayland? Can you use GameScope with Xorg? I don't think you can. I think it has to. I think you need Wayland for that, if memory serves me correctly. Could be wrong there. Let's go there. Let's go AMD VLK. That sounds right to me. We'll continue AMD VLK. Although lib32 Vulkan Radeon does make me... I think Vulkan Radeon is what we should have gone with instead of AMD VLK. Oh. Maybe. Maybe this is where I went wrong when I installed Steam. I want to say Vulkan Radeon's what you should go with instead of AMD VLK. Oh, GameScope does work in Xorg. Okay. Oh, I do want AMD VLK. Okay. Thanks, Hikari. Steering me in the right spot. Let's grab GameScope too while we're here then. So, Pac-Man S GameScope. Is Lutris in here too? Oh, yeah, of course it is. Arch makes things so much easier. Okay. Grab GameScope. And that. I guess we should grab like lib32 game mode and some other stuff too. Probably wine gaming. Wine staging, I mean. Staging. Grab that. Did we grab game mode already? I thought we did. Oh, we didn't grab game mode. Okay. Thank you. That's another good one. Ah, okay. So now we have that. We have Steam installed. We're still copying some of Starfield. You can see the error there. Update verification of Starfield. We'll see on the download if it's able to correct that data or not. I do see the error, the failure, and I'm gonna say that's probably, I think if we do a verification, that's probably where that PNY drive is just bombing out and causing all these problems. I'm hoping that's it. Man, if it's not, that's gonna suck. All right. Other issues. So we got that. We need Rofi too. Rofi is gonna be needed. What else do we need to go with this? We need Kitty, of course. Brave is typically needed. I don't remember the exact to install Yay. I don't think you can do it through like Pac-Man, and I can't remember. Was it like packages.arch.org/yay-bin? Can't remember the exact documentation for installing Yay. That's okay. That's why we got a second computer. Oh, but let's pretend we didn't have the second computer, because that's just cheating. Let's just do, was it E-Links or I really hate E-Links. I always end up screwing up, and I hate how it looks. What was the other one? W3M. I think it was W3M. Oh no, that wasn't it. Oh, I do need that too, by the way, while I'm thinking of it. How you could do like w3mgoogle.com or something. Oh yeah, you can. Okay. So let's just come over here. Let's type in install Yay. And okay. Can we now search? Oh dang. Okay. Install Yay. Arch. Okay. Google search. All right, let's see. All right, install Yay, Pac-Man get AUR archlinux.org yay.get. Okay, so we git clone that into there, and then we just do a package build. I don't think we even need to do that. I think we can just go make package-si. Yeah. Some of this is a little bit jank. So AUR archlinux.org yay-git. I want to say, couldn't you do yay-bin? Let's see. Git clone. Ooh. Let's go git clone. HTTPS AUR archlinux.org yay-git. Git. I think we can just do that. cd yay-git. Make package-si. Yes. Yeah, I feel like I really like ProtonupQT as well. Let's look to see what other versions of ProtonUp there are for us, and we'll do that 100%. Yay, SYU. Perfect. Everything looks good there. So we got yay now. Let's grab brave-bin. Yep. We'll go ahead and install Brave. It's my browser of choice. Just because I'm too lazy to switch to anything else, just to be let down once again. And what do we have for ProtonUp? So we have a couple options for ProtonUp. Probably the ProtonupQT bin would be what I'd go with. ProtonUp-QT-bin probably be the best one to go with. There's also ProtonupQT that we could do there, but I like the bin files typically a little bit better than building from source. Although this one is more popular if you just go with the -qt. So, to each his own. Oh, this one's an app image, that's why. Still, not bad. That's going to give us a really good starting spot, I think. How are we doing over here? All right, we're looking good. Some files and attributes are not transferred, blah, blah, blah. Everything else looks pretty darn good. So we'll exit this. And then we got to rebuild. Let's exit that. CD, pwd, we're in Titus directory. Let's come on to GitHub. Let's go. Let's just do a make. Everything looks good here. Sudo make install. Everything's great there. If we look at cd user x sessions, I believe, or share x sessions. We don't have anything there. So probably need to install some lightdm action too. CTL enable lightdm. Oops. All right, lightdm's enabled. Probably that's not going to be able to select DWM. So that's going to be, can we do start X? No. Young, thanks for the prime. All right, take it easy, Akari. How we doing? We're getting close. It's now 1 a.m. We should be done and back on the desktop launching Steam. And we're right there. So let's switch over to graphical. Let's go sudo systemctl. And we're going to go set default. Default graphical. Let's set the graphical target from a default target. That's going to force it to boot into lightdm instead of standard old CLI. And then we just need to move into lightdm and change the launch to use DWM. Trying to think what. If we go over to USR, share. There is no X sessions. So let's just reboot and see. We should have a lightdm that goes to nowhere, but let's see how that looks. It's almost 100% there. We're almost back. So we have that. And we should get a kind of an ugly login screen. Oh no, it failed to start lightdm. All right, fine. Unfortunate, but that's okay. Let's grab Starship, auto jump, and also. Alrighty. Oh yeah. Late night Archie Linux. I don't know what I'm doing on this front. I just need to grab one thing because our light DM is not starting. Start X. Can't remember what was. Oh yeah. I want to say Xorg. We don't need it from. Let's look at Xorg real fast. There's some Xorg stuff we're missing. Probably XDM for the display manager. Oh, no. XDM's like an alternative to light DM. Probably Xinit, actually. Yeah, that should be enough. No. I'm switching to Xorg, actually. Wayland always gives me some issues there, so I'm like, screw it. I don't really feel like messing with that. So I think with that, do we have StartX now? Yeah, we should have StartX. Perfect. And if we do like an execute DWM. Oops. Did that work? Oh, well. Usually execute DWM should launch it, but it does not. Oh, I'm missing some vital component here. What is it? Let's go suckless.org. What am I missing here? Let's go over to DWM. I bet you it's like a dependency I just completely overlooked. What would be that dependency though? I forget. Does their website does show the dependencies? No, maybe not. Shoot. If I wanted to make this easy mode, I should have just done like XFCE or something. Yeah, Xorg, I don't think will. It does support 4K, but it looks like garbage. And a lot of times the refresh rate can be a little dicey, especially when using Xorg. I highly recommend Wayland for. Wayland's the future for, you know, HDR and 4K and a lot of that stuff. Xorg is just not really meant for any of that at all. Let's see. Let's quit that, yes. Let's do w3m google.com. Can't remember what it was, but let's put in text we need. Jeez, I'm trying to think of what exactly I'm trying to ask. Dependencies for DWM. What exactly are our dependencies here? I feel like I'm just missing one package and it's causing me all this headache. Oh, XX. Oh, okay. So that's one of the packages we're missing. While we find it, let's go Pacman. Or let's just go yay s. The Xorg exec root. Xset root. We do need that. What else do we need? Fig. I feel like I should have installed a couple more things for that. Scrot. I'm kind of out on that. Pipewire. I probably would need Pipewire actually. Oh no, Pipewire is already there. Can you imagine the optics if the president of Singapore uses Linux? I think that's amazing. libx11 installed. Yep, libx11's there. Thought so. And it built just fine, but it did crash. It crashes and just logs me out, which is odd. There's gotta be another one I'm missing. Standard library, x11, xlib. Yeah, libx11's there. Weird. And you can't do a start X, right? TWM. Yeah, I was trying to do that for the window manager. That might be enough now. Let's go sudo system ctl restart light dm. Huh. Failed to start, failed to start. Huh. How weird. Yeah, I could just put it in my xinit r and then do a start x. Yeah. It's not typically how I like to do it, but it would technically work. So just I think I xinit rc and then just type dwm. I think it's like, oh yeah, that did it. A little bit dirty, but hey, it works. Does Brave does launch? All right, cool. Let's get going. Wow, we're just gonna not stop at all. Let's just start right into Steam. Let's not waste any more time. We probably should wait for us to get more stuff on going here, but I just want to see this thing actually install and download and verify. Now, I think we're still gonna need to download some stuff. I think the verification should still fail and we need to clear out the downloads, but I want to check. But yeah, it should detect and re-download the bad stuff. Now our disk usage is almost double than last time. I think we were peaking out around 400 last time. With this new Silicon Power NVMe, we're now around 760 something disk usage, which is not bad. Yeah, I know. I need to try Void, man. 100%. Thanks, John. This is so much fun, though. I know a lot of people are like, why are you always reinstalling? But man, every time I do it, I'm always kind of like, there's a better way or a faster way of doing this or something to tweak just to make things a bit better. All right. This is just DWM, about as minimal as you can get. Compiles like 2 megs or something. There's more that goes into the Starfield hub in space than my window manager that powers my entire operating system. Can we still use Windows 7 as a daily driver if we don't do stupid things like downloading free Minecraft games? I mean, shit, man, you can use XP as your daily if you really feel like it. Would I advise it? Hell no. Like, why? You know, there's not much compatible with 7 that's, you know, out now, so you pretty much have to move on. But, you know, it's fine. I don't know, like, the one thing I have problem with people using 7 for is, you know, if they do banking or something like some security, man. You're gonna run into all kinds of problems with security threats because there's just no security patches for Windows 7 anymore. I mean, Windows 10 is honestly my go-to. You know, if I want a minimal system, you can strip down and de-bloat it pretty darn easily. All right, that did not go. Let's go manage. Shoot. What can I do to verify this? I feel like these corrupt update files, if it's not that, then it has to be the download from the LAN going from Windows to Linux. It's corrupting the update file, maybe. Can we verify integrity game files? I don't think we can. Ah, damn. So I think what's happening here now that we've kind of ruled out the NVMe drive, or the old PNY drives, as much shit as I talked on PNY, I'd have to say it was not really their fault. I think this is more of a LAN transfer from a Windows box to a Linux box, and that's what causes this corrupt update files, I think. Eesh. So maybe if we resume, but we don't have that other drive open. What if... Let me go turn off my other computer so it won't transfer through the LAN, and it forces it to go fetch it. I feel like that's the ticket. Let's see. Let's see. I want to try it real quick and then see if that makes any difference. All right. So now we're going to retry, but this time we're not going to use anything from the land. Let's see if the verification actually pulls anything from online. I think we'll get probably more of the same. If I was a betting man. So we'll let that go. Probably should fix light DM too, so my system boots tomorrow. Let's dwm dot x session. Let's see what we got. That should be good. DWM exec. User share X sessions DWM desktop. All right, cool. So let's just kind of weird that I had to make the X sessions folder though, but you know, to each his own. All right, that should be done. So now we have that built out. How we doing over here? Should be closing up on this. I imagine it'll still say that, and that means I'll probably end it with uninstalling it and then re-downloading it directly from the internet and not allowing a LAN download, because it's just incapable of using any files from Windows boxes on Linux boxes, and that LAN transfer will corrupt everything. It'd make the most sense to me because Baldur's Gate did the exact same thing with corrupt update files. So that's what I think's going on there. I love the LAN transfer from Steam. It's just there's still some work to be done that causes this corrupt update files to happen. So unfortunate that we can't make that faster. I imagine if you go Linux to Linux it would be fine, but I bet you if you go Linux to Windows it would still probably have the same issues. Kind of wild. So let's just install this on our local drive. See, it can be transferred locally, saving you bandwidth if you turn on main PC. I don't think we're going to do that. I think that's what's causing the problem. Let's see how fast this does on our download. We might actually be able to get like 100 megabytes per second with my gig connection. It's pretty late now. I imagine the Steam update servers are starting to cool off and people going to bed. Yeah, could be. I don't think there's really any DRM in Starfield though, but it could be. There's definitely a difference between the Windows version and the Linux version. Even if it is just wine compatibility. It's really not that bad though. We're getting good transfer rates from the Steam update servers. As I said, I think more people are going offline. And I think if we can just get up to 100 and maintain it, we only have to wait 10 minutes to download 100 gigs. 116 gigs. That ain't bad. It's definitely not de novo. Bethesda, you know, hate on Bethesda all you want, but they don't use de novo crap. What are they, Uplay? Uplay is like the only, like if something releases on Uplay, like you guys know how much I don't like people pirating stuff, but I understand when it comes to Uplay games, don't give them money. You get a free pass on that one. Just because, dude, talk about the absolute worst platform. They actively encourage any user of any genre on there. Let's say you like Assassin's Creed. You're better off just pirating it. Don't buy it. It is the plague, man. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Ubisoft, man. I don't know why. Everything, man. They always just make everything so difficult. I think the last one I messed around with was the Division. Division 1 and 2, I want to say. Division 2 had more DRM than 1 and caused more issues. But they finally kind of worked around it to where you can play it a little bit on Steam Deck, but still kind of sucks, man. Not great. Not great at all. Yeah, I think the worst de novo instance that I can think in modern history was Devil May Cry when that new version came out. I remember it having de novo, but luckily the developers leaked the executable that didn't have the de novo patch. So you're better off just downloading that executable. I actually bought that game. Or actually, no, I didn't buy it. It came with a graphics card I got. And then I couldn't play it on Linux, so I was like, screw it. And then that came out, and I just grabbed the other executable from the developers. And didn't have any problems after that. So that would be cool. So I think that'll be good. I'm trying to think what else we need. There's probably something else. What are we at on packages? We go like NeoFetch, or actually we need to install NeoFetch. XDO tool I use all the time. We also probably should grab Faye, and that should be pretty good. There's gonna be some other stuff there. So far 500 packages. This is a pretty bare bones system. We got all right, cool. What else we need? Probably why this is doing its thing. I like to, like, on a new install, just go like Lutris dependencies and just kind of grabbing all the dependencies needed. A lot of it'll probably be installed, but just a good base. And then also grabbing like drivers that are needed. Like, let's look at AMD drivers. See, this is using lib32 Mesa, Radeon, lib32 Radeon. I want to say some of this stuff is a little bit outdated. I think they need to update this guide where chat earlier said use AMD VLK. So I think this guide might be a little bit dated as far as DXVK. I don't think we really need to install anything with it. Esync compatibility, that's like not been a thing for like 2 years now. So some of these guides in Lutris are not the best. I would say the wine dependencies, get these though. You're gonna need some of those wine dependencies for sure. 100%. Proton Tricks. Do we already have Proton Tricks? Ah, there's Proton Tricks. I probably would grab that, but I don't like the AUR version of Proton Tricks. I'll probably actually grab that direct from the website. Yeah. What was the last time? Last week was when this updated. Proton 3.6, Wine Tricks, and YAD. Ooh, we do need Zenity. Oh no, it's already installed. Anything else? I think we're good. Really installing that through Flatpak? That seems silly. Oh wow, it does want you to use that. I would rather use like pipx. Pipx is pretty good. Probably Python. Pipx. Pipx install Proton Tricks. And I can't remember if you need to do super user for pipex or not. I don't think you do. Yeah, nah. Sweet. And if we do vim, check health. Am I missing anything else? Ooh, we're missing xclip. Yeah, let's grab that. All right, what else we missing? Kind of like to use the check health from vim to tell me the stuff I'm missing. npm and Node.js probably. Let's grab that. What else we got? Oh, Lua Rocks is we're gonna need. Pip3 not available. Python pip. Grab that too. Anything else? Node, that should be fixed. Tree sitter, I don't think that's an executable. Nope, tree sitter's there. Ruby, I don't really use. All right, cool. How we doing over here? Let's check our Steam. All right, refresh. I broke Steam. Shit. What did I do? We're still cracking along at 45%. I'm gonna just let it go. Let's just keep installing stuff over here while it's doing its thing. ProtonQT, let's launch it. Installing GE right in the middle of this is gonna be interesting. If ProtonQT, Proton up. Yep. All right, we need fuse. Now it should launch. All right, maybe not. What is it? All right, we're missing Qt platform plugin XCB. So it's probably like Qt XCB or something. Yay, S. All right, well, let's just grab Qt. What do we got? Okay, that's orphaned. That's AUR. And that's just a bunch of junk, I guess. And the libxcb is there. Let's just do Qt 5. Probably missing one of these libraries. It's wanting. Oh man, I'm feeling so much better. Like I'm like 100% finally. I tell you, and I lost like 10 pounds when I was sick. I've gained like 5 back already, but man, it felt like a really good trade-off. I feel like I was just like one good sickness to getting like a new PR. Feel like I came back stronger after. All right, we're in the AR now, so that's not what I need. I could do Kvantum. I usually grabs Qt as well. I feel like there's a Qt toolkit I'm not getting yet. Let's just do Qt 5 tools. Probably would need that anyways. I probably would set up some of the stuff I'm needing. If we look at that again, we still run into that XCB error. Nope. All right, that did work. Cool. So that fixed that while we're doing it. All right. We're back. All right. Don't know why. Let's see if we can. What if we push this to like 8 and pushed it back to 9? Nah, that's funny. All right, let's go to downloads. It's cracking along though. Oh yeah. Yeah, Starfield. We played about an hour of it at the start of the stream of Starfield, and then people are like, let's play it on Linux. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then, well, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ever since. I was like, well, maybe it's something with my old drives. So then I've reformatted and reinstalled my whole system over here. I said, screw it, let's load it up. And now I've been like, okay, what other dependencies might I be missing? feel like this one will work though. Just downloading it direct from the internet. If it gives me corrupt game files, I am gonna scream though. That'd be hilarious. What a great way to end. It's not going to though. We're gonna end on the start screen of Starfield on Linux. It's gonna be beautiful. Ah. You have faith in me? At least one of us does. Yeah, I mean, and that's, you know what you're getting into with gaming on Linux though. It's still a lot of fun though. Like, and when it comes to Steam Deck, it is shockingly good. I swear I don't have practically any issues on my Steam Deck. I installed, you know, that Final Fantasy 11 game I like to play from like 2002 that's based on DirectX 8. I installed that, and then I use an injector to do like gear swaps and some other, you know, more fancy stuff for that old MMO. And it injects just fine using Wine. It kind of blows my mind of how far it's gone. And I do all that on the Steam Deck. And it's like, this is just wild that this is even possible. And the fact that Steam's pretty much done that. I'm super, super happy with it. I know, if it works, I feel a little bit bad for the shade thrown at PNY earlier. Yeah, that's true. But those were really cheap bottom barrel SSDs. So I don't feel that bad. And I've had lots of issues with like PNY flash drives in the past. I really just don't think PNY is a very good company when it comes to storage. And I have had other corruption issues on those drives to where I'm like, I don't know why I keep using them. I feel like I'm just a glutton for punishment. And I'm just like, nah, let's try it again. Oh, crazy that Valve makes a more secure OS than Microsoft. Yeah. Different ways of monetizing, I suppose. Steam has every business incentive to make the best operating system they possibly can, where Microsoft doesn't. Microsoft already has you by the balls with a lot of the vendor lock-in, whether it's Adobe, Microsoft Office, gaming. There's a lot of things Windows does just, you know, has a monopoly on, and you're gonna have to use it. It's just the way the world works. And their only incentive is to how to extract more money from you. And for Microsoft, if they make a better operating system, let's say they make it cleaner, they make it faster, well, they don't get any more business for that. They may not piss as many people off, but they don't get any more business from it. And if they actively bloat it up and they spy on you and they're able to extract more information from you and sell that information, they do get more money. So Microsoft has every incentive to be a bad actor and every incentive to, you know, not make a very good operating system, where Steam has every incentive to make a good operating system. So it's kind of, it makes sense really when you think about it from a business perspective and just dollars. And, you know, what I mean, I think eventually they will be, have enough competition where they lose enough market share where better systems come along. Like you saw what Steam did with Steam OS. Imagine what happens, you know, Chrome OS has some traction, especially on the younger, you know, more school going crowd. I think they've gotten a lot of penetration in that market, where Microsoft has almost zero penetration with a lot of the younger kids now. But it's still not there. And then on the higher end side of things, a lot of the Mac users, the people that have the money, have moved on to Mac. So you see the downfall of Microsoft. It's like the fall of Rome, man. It's going to take like 30 years. You know, it's not going to be an overnight thing. Yeah, younger kids want Mac now. Well, I would say Mac does a good job with their laptops. They does have an amazing battery life, them doing and changing the game with the ARM chips, I think they deserve the top seat for a little bit for a lot of the Mac laptops. I just can't bring myself to ever buy one. I bought a Mac M1 when I was using Final Cut for my YouTube videos before switching to DaVinci Resolve, and it was good, but I really just did not like being in the Mac ecosystem. There's not much to it. Like the homebrew scene's kind of cool. OpenCore is kind of cool for tinkering around and kind of hacking together your own Hackintosh. That was fun, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It just never jives with me. Like sometimes I get sick of Linux stuff and I'm like, hey, I just need something to work, or I need to use this proprietary device. Sometimes it's just easier to plug it into Windows and go, because it just works. And you're like, okay. And Windows still has some spot there where I'm like, I don't mind it sometimes. But then inevitably when I use Windows too much, it just pisses me off. And I'm like, okay, I'm going back to Linux. I just can't. So I think I'm in this never-ending loop of that, where I love the free open feel and just kind of always kind of workshopping a better workflow in Linux. And then eventually something happens and I'm like, okay, I'll jump over to Windows and do that thing I need to do. And then I'm there, I'm like, oh, you know, I remember Windows, this isn't so bad. And then I use it for a bit, and then after about a week, something happens. Something with Microsoft, some update, just something. Something always happens, and they always drive me away. Just like, it's this never-ending relationship with me and my computers where I'm like, frickin' Windows, man. If they would just make a good operating system, I would still be on it. It's just, they don't. I mean, you can get by and patch it, but it feels hacky to me. That's the thing about Windows, where it's like, yes, I get everything to work, but it really shouldn't feel like that. It should be just light years ahead of everything. They have every bit of opportunity to make the best system possible, and they just never do. All right, moment of truth. Here comes the verification. Yeah, it just works until a Windows update makes it not work. That's how Windows works. It just works until it doesn't. Yeah. That's the thing about Linux. Like, some things don't work and you're like, okay, I'm going to hack together something, but you're taking every step. You're customizing everything. If something doesn't work, it's on you. You know, it's just because you don't know how to do it. And then it's just like, okay, let me figure that out. But with Windows, a lot of times you get stuff working perfect. You have everything set up perfect. And then an update comes in and just wrecks shop. Or something happens with the system, or there's an update. It's just not nearly as stable as it should be. Like, when you get a perfect system set up, it should not be, hey, an update comes in and ruins it. It should be like, hey, an update comes in and makes it better. And that's kind of where it is. That's why I love Linux, because it's never, anytime I get something that I really enjoy, it never really loses that spot. It can only get better from there, not worse. Where Windows is the exact opposite. You get everything working exactly the way you want it, and it's just like, how long is this going to be good for? And you just keep going until... Yeah. And then that's the thing, is like with Linux too, you can just do minimal patches, and once you get a working system, you can just sit there and not really do any massive updates, and you're gonna be fine for a long time. Unless you're on Arch. and then you need to update pretty often. There's always caveats like that. Yeah, Linux opens the door to unlimited. Son of a biscuit eater, man. Come on. Oh, corrupt update files. Really? Ah, man. Brutal. So we tried to do a LAN transfer, nothing. We deleted it, uninstalled it, and then like, let's download it all directly from the internet. Directly from Steam update servers. Gross. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, jeez. That's a kick in the nuts right there. I think what we do... I'll go ahead and resume that. I don't think anything's going to come from it. What about the Pika Linux? There was one project that was kind of interesting. Pika OS. I wanted to see about this. This looked interesting, although it's based on GNOME, and I'm kind of out on that. I did hear about it, and I wanted to at least look what the hell they did. It's based on Nabarro combined with an Ubuntu base. Thought that was kind of interesting. Is there any other preference? Let's go Linux corrupt update files. All right, update Steam library folder, verify integrity of game files, clear download cache. All right, let's first do that. Let's pause that. Let's go Steam settings, downloads. Actually, maybe it's library. No, it's downloads, I think. Let's clear the download cache. I should have done that before the re-download. My bad on that. Reboot. Oh man, too funny. All right, so let's go back here. So we've cleared the download cache. Let's come back to downloads. What else we got? Pre-caching. Allow background Vulkan transfers for sure. And let's go to storage. Let's go ahead and what happened? All right, settings, storage. All right, let's go here. Let's repair folder. Make sure the repair folder's done. Cool. So repaired, verify integrity, cleared the download cache, change the download region and reinstall game. That's weird. I don't know why that would matter. Rename and delete the download folder. I think that's a little excessive. Run check disk. Yeah, that's not Windows, man. It's not like NTFS journaling that just sucks. It should just work. So, with that, let's just download. And then it just downloads it all over again. So, oh, that's too funny. Yeah, I think you clear cache and then just verify files. I went ahead and cleared the cache. I did that. I also repaired the install folder because we did copy it from the PNY drive. Maybe there's remnants of it on there. So we went ahead and repaired the folder and then cleared the download cache as well. So that should clear out any old files that were just sitting there stuck. Now I am noticing that the download rates are higher and our disk usage is higher as well. OMG, thanks for the Prime, man. All right, take it easy, drummer. Thanks for hanging in there with me, man. Keeping me company during this this disaster. Ooh. I will say this download is really taking off now. We're well over 100 megabytes. It's about as fast as you're gonna get from Steam update servers. Ah, good stuff, man. Good stuff. That was a news article on Minitool. It's a fake SEO article. It's crazy how a lot of that stuff just gets generated. Like almost everything from Google now is just garbage. Like, it's kind of wild, right? Like when you look at the corruption you get from just Linux corrupt update files, Minitool, that's going to be AI generated. Probably Reddit is the closest thing we can get to good results in search now. Let's Steam Arch. Let's try this one. Would be probably the closest to what we're going on. Faulty cables, smart test. No, that ain't it. Did you format all your drive and kept something? Never had that issue. Run FSCK and check the file system. Yeah, no. Corrupt update files, outriders. Corrupted files again. Oh, that's what I'm having, man. Every time, like 5 times now. Ooh, SD card is probably corrupted. That ain't it. Yikes. Same problem. I get the same error too. Man, that's a weird. Kind of wild. Yeah, I think 100 megabytes is the cap. Megabits is like in the 800s, I want to say. Did we just lose Steam? Shit, we just lost Steam, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, so if you really want to cheese it and make it look amazing, we can just go like downloads and do something like that to make it look like, oh my gosh, look how fast our internet is. It should get up to about 800, I imagine. Yeah, a person curated web of trust for search engines. I try to keep a website that's good. Like on mine, if you just go like christitus.com, a lot of my stuff, which I haven't been making a lot of articles lately, but anything I try and do, usually like a perfect install, I'll usually try and do screenshots and actually generate everything myself with easy copy paste commands. I still feel like there's a spot on the internet for this kind of website. I just believe it in my heart of hearts, and I think like it's just hadn't hit critical mass yet where I haven't created enough articles. I think you need like 2,000 articles or something just ridiculous. And let's see, recovering a deleted Windows boot. So yeah, I feel like there's that is there that will be good with a little comment section, and it's kind of crazy, but I don't know. I feel like this is the best I can do, and I'm just gonna keep at it until I finally get it. There's a dip back in the 400s. Oh shit. But yes, I have noticed that where like Minitool and many other things, and Minitool has a huge software suite. Their partition wizard's actually not terrible on Windows. I actually use it. It's free, but a lot of the other tools I'm not a big fan of. But it's weird that they're using like an AI generated article type driven system that just looks at whatever it is and then uses Chat GPT to spit out an answer, and then they just auto create the article and toss it up on their website. So then they get a ton of search traffic from whatever issue that you're searching, and then you might actually install one of their software suite and then upgrade it to like the premium to give them money. I could see how that could be extremely powerful. Much like if you have a really successful social media presence, you're going to sell a lot more stuff. It just, I don't know, man. It feels dirty. That whole thing just, it doesn't feel like it would end well. It feels like it cheapens the internet experience and makes everybody stupider. It's like, God, you know, all those ads, you know, when you're browsing around, like the driver installer ads for Windows. Oh, I feel so bad for the people that get duped into buying that garbage. That's just the worst. The registry cleaners, the system tune-up, the driver installer. Yeah, all those. I'm just like, ugh. Internet security. Feel bad. Feel bad for many. Yeah, most people just go to YouTube now for the how-tos and stuff, and someone with an Indian accent walking you through the article. Yeah, that's true. Oh, gosh, yeah, the 5 antivirus. That always drove me crazy. I'm like, you guys know you'd probably be better off if you got a virus than having 5 antiviruses. Your system would probably work better. Yeah, there's a lot of AI junk in YouTube. I definitely see that happening too. I think a lot of it is around some of the more bigger topics, some of the more topical things, like science. I think it's called like science junk. I want to say Kyle Hill from YouTube actually tackled that. If you look, I think it was Kyle. He does some sciencey stuff. It's neat. Like, he actually went to like Chernobyl and some other stuff, but he had one on here which I thought was really interesting. Yeah, the YouTube science scam crisis, and he went through and just showed like the Simply Space. This thing has almost 1 million people, but it's just fully AI generated. The thumbnails, the videos, everything. And they just churn out videos like 2 a day, just constantly AI generated with all these really cool looking thumbnails. And it's just wild how this has 1.6 million, and they just have all this stuff. And it's enough to where you're like, if you know stuff about science, you're like, well, that's bullshit. But if you don't, it's enough to be interesting where people click on it and go, neat. And they just take it at face value, and it could be completely false. Most times it is. And it's just it's a science scam crisis on YouTube. And he did a great video on it. I highly recommend you guys checking it out. Here, I'll link it in chat too, because it was a neat video that I watched from him. Here, I'll just do a share. Oh wait, I don't have my Synergy up. Dang it. I forgot one more program. Oops. And can I relaunch that? Just do Synergy. Sweet. That's good. Yeah, Electro Boom's awesome too. I like him a lot. So we got that. And as far as Steam goes, man, that is just brutal. I don't see, let's see if there's anybody else. We've already gone, have we already exhausted Reddit for the solution here? All right, reinstalled the game 5 times. I've reinstalled Steam. I've checked Windows for any errors. Oh, this is a Windows person that's having this issue. Damn, okay. Nope. Yeah, having Synergy for Wayland would be a game changer. I think I would use Wayland a lot more, but with me having the double PCs, I have to have my Synergy. Absolutely have to. Yeah, that one's there. Then I've tried Flatpak too. I've run into this issue a couple times. And no one really has a good explanation for it. Make for a hell of a YouTube video if I figure it out. And I think, yeah, I still think it's probably some corrupt files from that PNY. I still think it's something with those PNY drives, and there was just some leftover garbage from that copy, and it just needed to be redone. Or I need to just wipe out my home folder again. Wipe out the Steam section of my home folder and then do it. That would make more sense, to be honest with y'all. That it would be like if we do a listing and we go into Steam, CD Steam, it would make more sense if we look at this, that it'd be like a permissions issue or something like that. Right here it says if you go ... this has libvirt in there, which is weird. Why is there a libvirt group there? And if we go groups, what are my groups? I am a part of libvirt, so it's not that weird. Auto login Titus. All right. Let's just add an auto login. Let's fix our auto login while this is downloading too. So we get DWM. That. All right. You can do barrier, like if you want like a free version. There was barrier, which I did a video on it. It's a free open source KVM. It's a fork of the original Synergy, but it hasn't seen any commits in about a year. I want to say there's a new one that someone forked from barrier, and it's even, oh geez, let me look at my stars real fast. Like, let's go your stars. What was it? Let's go KVM. I think it was Input Leap actually. Was the closest. Open source KVM software. This has a ton of commits, tons of contributors. Over 1,000 stars now. At the moment, Input Leap is not compatible with Synergy. Input Leap installs on all machines that will share a keyboard and mouse. What's different? Whereas Synergy has moved beyond the goals of the 1.x, Input Leap to maintain simplicity. Now, I want to say they were going to add Wayland support in here too, but this looked like the most promising open source project where this was forked from Barrier by Barrier's active maintainers. Barrier is considered unmaintained at this point. So yeah, Input Leap is the future. No drag and drop in there. But this one, if you're really looking into it, I would go with this. I wouldn't pay any money for Synergy. Like I have a license from like, I don't know how long ago. Long time. But if I didn't want to pay any money, I would just use Input Leap and just do that. It's just as good, and it has the 1.0 error without all the extra crap, which honestly the new versions of Synergy aren't any better than the old versions in my opinion. I don't even know if there's anything in there that I'm like, wow, that was really nice. Actually, the new version of Synergy was a complete shit show. So I would say Input Leap is, I'm almost tempted to trade in my paid version of Synergy for Input Leap. That's how promising this project is. So definitely check it out. But does it have a Wayland support? Yeah, I believe. Let's see what we got. They're working on it. Remove once Wayland support is stabilized. Add note to Wayland warning code. So they're working on the Wayland implementation here. So this is the closest thing we got. Hell, Synergy doesn't have any kind of Wayland update. They're just like, I don't know. What other stuff? All right, project goals. Compatibility. We want to use one more operator, so probably do two. Input Leap should just work. We also have our eye on Wayland when the time comes. They're definitely working on it, I want to say. As of mid-2022, there's no expected completion date for Wayland support. Here's the status for it, too. Oh, so cool. They're still working on it, though. Wayland support has been merged into Input Leap today in 1594 PR. It still requires custom builds of Mutter, libportal, XDG desktop portal, XDG portal GNOME. So the code is not directly useful to end users just yet, but they did actually make a breakthrough with it. And Wayland support under 109. Dude, they have been working their butts off on this. Look at this. It's close. So we got a merge here. Yeah. Whew. How we doing on this? This will be the last shot, guys. That's all I got in me tonight. We at least got a new NVMe drive on the studio PC. I've been meaning to switch that out for a while, so at the very least, this wild hair got me off of the old SSDs and that tiny little NVMe I've had forever. And now we just got a nice 2 terabyte NVMe drive we can just toss all the Linux stuff on. So whenever I go to reinstall stuff on the next version of whatever distro I feel like hopping to make a video about or whatever, it'll just be a nice 2 terabyte drive. I can just throw it on there and done. So it's nice. Yeah, it's a little late, 2 a.m. here. Been streaming for about 4 hours, I think. But I've only gamed in Starfield for about an hour of that. I probably should have changed my category here. Ah, well. It's all good. Yeah, they're pretty cheap, Young. I want to say I got mine on Amazon. I want to say it was like 20 bucks, maybe? It might not even been that much. Oh, what is that? The Wheel of Time. Prime. Oh, interesting. Anyways, NVMe drive enclosure. What do we get? I think it was this one, Sabrent. That looks like me. Usually it says you bought this on this type. Yeah, I want to say this is very close. Let's see. Oh, mine's a Raven. I would probably trust the Sabrent more than my cheap Raven one. I mean, it did the trick, though. It's a little bit on the slow side, though. Probably because I was not transferring USB-C to USB-C. I was using USB-C to USB-A. So that's probably what was the hang-up with it being slow. What else we got? Is there a Raven? Even I've never even heard of that. God bless, there's so many. But yeah, I would just pick them up. About 20 bucks, I would say. I wouldn't go crazy. I wouldn't break the bank with it. But all these are probably pretty good. It's a pretty basic type setup. Yeah, I actually changed my, if you dual boot out there and you want if you dual boot, go in, there's an actual registry setting. I have it in my toolbox, and it's like a little dual boot option. You click it, and it sets Windows to be based off UTC time, like every other, like Mac and Linux, and you don't have to worry about it. So that's pretty good, and not local time. Because the problem that most people run into with Windows is it's always based off their local time on their machine, which is stupid. Like everything in the world's based off UTC. Why would it vary from system to system wherever they're at? And why would it be based off local time? So it doesn't make any sense. Like you install servers, anything, they're all UTC based. And I always just do that registry setting on setting up any Windows system. Hell, even on some that I don't even use Linux on, just because that's technically a bug in Windows where it bases on local time instead of UTC. But yeah, it's just a simple registry setting, and I don't know why they never fixed it, because it doesn't hurt you by switching it to UTC time. That's the thing that kind of blows my mind. Like, why? Why is this still like this? Why doesn't Microsoft just change the stock to be UTC? Windows user wouldn't even know anything, because everything's based off of like an NTP server, and by default it runs off like time.windows.com, which kind of sucks, honestly. You probably switch. You can actually do another registry hack to base that off of like a ntp.org pool. But I digress. Not something you should worry about. I fully expect this to, at the end of this, to just be like corrupt update files once again. And then I'm just gonna be like, alright, let's shut it down. Because if it doesn't do that, that means I have to stay up even later, because then that means we have to play some Starfield. So it'd be pretty hilarious if this didn't corrupt on me. Yeah. All right, here we go. The last 20 seconds. The verification. The moment of truth. Ugh. Oh, look at that. I'm shocked. Shocked, I say. Corrupt update files. No way. I would have never guessed that that was gonna happen. Shocked and appalled at that just crime. Oh. It was... Ah. Good night. I am done. I'm gonna just try a different distro. I'm gonna reformat. I'm gonna use a new partition table, and man, I think I gotta delete Steam altogether too. I feel like there's like an old like corrupt permission or something that's stuck in there that's causing that. Shit, I don't know. I just know. I just need to power off. Can't win them all. It's we're gonna have to think of another way of coming at this, because damn, Baldur's Gate 3 and now this. Disappointing. All right, y'all. Have a great one. I am shutting it down. See you guys later. I probably won't stream tomorrow. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe do Starfield Part 2. But if I do that, I think I want to play Starfield, so we're probably just going to boot into Windows and call it a day. Sometimes it's just like, ah, screw it. All right, y'all. Peace.